Tonight on CTV3 News, customs officers' brother and sister charged with facilitating import of 151 pounds of high-grade marijuana. Two Trial Farm residents detained following house search which yield ammunition and suspected drugs. And senior attorney Dickie Bradley calls for immediate criminal charges against officers in Joseph Budna's case amid ongoing police controversy. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, October 2nd, 2025.
Looking for quality, tasty, and easy to prepare meals? Look no farther. M&M Frozen Foods, proudly distributed by United Distributors Limited, brings you a wide range of delicious frozen delights, perfect for every occasion. From frozen pizzas, quesadillas, garlic bread, jumbo samosa, cocktail samosas, pizza pockets, spring rolls, and happy noodles, M&M Frozen Foods is fresh, flavorful, and convenient for busy lifestyles. Whether you're planning a quick dinner, hosting a gathering, or stocking up for the week, M&M Frozen Foods has you covered. Available now at leading supermarkets and stores nationwide through United Distributors Limited. M&M Frozen Foods, extensive variety to satisfy every craving.
Attention farmers. The New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animal's well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
We are the Public Utilities Commission. Since 1999, we have regulated Belize's electricity, water, and telecommunication sectors, ensuring quality services at reasonable rates for consumers. A lot has changed since our establishment in 1999, and so have we. To reflect our evolution and future-focused vision, we are proud to introduce our new identity, where the blend of colors show our balanced and inclusive approach to regulation, where innovation, sustainability, and trust are all equally important. Orange represents the telecommunications sector and symbolizes innovation and connectivity. Green reflects the energy sector, sustainability, and national growth. Blue represents the water sector, highlighting trust, stability, and life-sustaining resources. White symbolizes transparency and accountability, core principles of the PUC. We are the Public Utilities Commission, transitioning to a new look, but our core values remain the same: accountability, excellence, integrity, innovation, and professionalism. Our logo is more than a design. It is our visual commitment to continue to serve the people of Belize with transparency, competence, and professionalism. We are the Public Utilities Commission.
For sure, this journey started long before September 1981. Indeed, we're all here because of the courage of our founders, the Maya, Creole, Garifuna, East Indian, Mestizo, and all who are sustained by the spirit and sacrifice of every generation. How beautiful it is that on this day, thousands of our citizens will join with friends and loved ones at parades and parties across this country to rejoice in the blessings of this land and people. one people, we will work to build a better and brighter future.
At Centaur, we believe that keeping up with technology is just the beginning. What really matters is the care and support we provide every step of the way. Our commitment to exceptional customer service means you never have to wait long for help. You're not just a number, you're part of the family. Fast speeds, reliable connections, and the support you deserve. Because with Centaur, your connection is our commitment. For more information, give us a call at 380-0101.
Good evening with your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Customs officers Atlee and Cheryl Castillo, siblings, appeared in court today to face charges related to drug importation. Accompanied by their legal representative, Dickie Bradley, the pair faced the court as the Director of Public Prosecutions, Sherilyn Vidal, represented the prosecution. The siblings were formally charged with aiding and abetting the importation of approximately 68.69 kilograms, 151 pounds of high-quality marijuana. Both were granted bail set at $20,000 each, with a stipulation that they surrender all travel documents as a condition of their release. Today, after the hearing, attorney for both of the accused, Dickie Bradley, spoke about the single charge levied upon his clients.
There is a single charge of a very serious nature. It is that they abetted a crime involving a large quantity of the good stuff. Somebody is probably anticipating success in the referendum next week on the island of Kikaker. So there is one charge of abetment, meaning that you assisted, you facilitated the matter of moving in and out of the country a quantity of marijuana.
No, as you averred to in the court, these are very senior public officers. Mr. Atlee is 52 years old, and he has 30 plus years in the Customs Department. These are very heavy allegations against these customs officers.
A junior or senior custom officer, it is a heavy allegation. 69 kilograms of marijuana.
Importation.
Yes.
Which is the domain of the Customs Department. Did your clients, as it is alleged in there, use their office?
I have to say no before you finish.
But that is the allegation, that they used their customs connections,
Yes.
to facilitate this importation.
Well, for the purposes of bail, there are some offenses which a magistrate cannot grant bail. A junior or senior custom officer, it is a heavy allegation. 69 kilograms of marijuana.
Importation.
Yes.
Which is the domain of the Customs Department. Did your clients, as it is alleged in there, use their office?
I have to say no before you finish.
But that is the allegation, that they used their customs connections,
Yes.
to facilitate this importation.
Well, for the purposes of bail, there are some offenses which a magistrate cannot grant bail. This is not one of them. A certain lawyer, when he was in the government, had started unfair that persons are denied bail for marijuana. Remember, this nation actually created a new ministry, growth industry. Let's grow the stuff. So the marijuana laws are grossly outdated in the country.
This case stems from a major drug bust first reported in April when over 100 pounds of cannabis was confiscated at the Belize City Customs headquarters. The package was shipped from the United States. It was declared as a bath and body products but instead contained tightly sealed bags of high-grade cannabis. Investigators say a customs officer reported receiving calls from two fellow officers who were siblings urging him to clear the box. The female officer was reportedly en route to collect the package when the cannabis was discovered. And while Bradley is yet to see the evidence obtained against his clients, he says the charge remains one of a serious nature.
We have not seen an ounce of evidence as yet. So I have to emphasize this matter of allegation. But the DPP cannot involve herself in investigation. That will be a very serious matter. She does not, they can seek her advice on legal issues, but this investigation cannot be done by the very people who will come here. I was in court, I shouldn't say this, but I was in open court in the matter of a colleague who had been charged with the heinous crime of rape. And his lawyer was making the point that the officer, the DPP, had sent for the complainant on several occasions, and every time thereafter, a statement is obtained. A very, very serious matter, because it's like a judge directing how you should be preparing the case that you're bringing to me. So I don't think she would involve herself in investigation. That would be...
She can issue directives.
After it's brought to her attention that we are at this crossroads and we're not sure we should go left or right, but to involve herself in the allegation would raise some very serious matter. The law frowns on that. I mean, the reason why we have investigators in the police department is for that very reason. They are not attached to the DPP's department. You do your investigation, you find some facts, what you think are evidence, you want to get some clarity, that's what we are here for.
Before authorities identified the Castillo siblings as key persons of interest, the investigations into that incident lasted over 5 months, during which time both the accused had been cooperating with authorities.
So the bottom line is this. Senior public officers with years of experience at the customs, we don't know specifically what they do at the customs, are being accused for a long time now. And I just want to say what other attorneys who were assisting before I came on board, that it was agreed yesterday, because they have detained these persons, they have cooperated with the police, they have spoken, given information, and so forth. And yesterday they were told, you and your lawyer or lawyers come to the station, come to the customs, let us hand over, okay, you have to read the charge sheet to the person. 9 o'clock, you come and read the charge sheet, we go over to the court. I am here on another matter in front of the Chief Magistrate. 1:30 a.m., they are banging down their doors. That's not how we behave in the profession. They know that they're in an investigation from April. If they wanted to abscond, they would have done that. There's no need to do that. You know what one of the police just said in here? The High Command is seeking for diversions. That's why they already did this like now. What the timing?
Well-known senior attorney Dickie Bradley is weighing in on the ongoing controversy surrounding the case of Joseph Budna, calling for immediate action against police officers allegedly involved. Prime Minister John Brisenia recently confirmed that an internal investigation will be launched into the matter. However, Bradley argued that such a probe should not delay accountability, insisting that criminal charges ought to have already been brought forward against the officers in question. Speaking to the matter today, Bradley emphasized that the law applies equally to all citizens, regardless of whether they wear a police uniform. He noted that if civilians were accused of similar conduct, they would have already faced charges and urged that the same standard be applied to law enforcement personnel.
We are a nation that is learning as we go along. We are making many missteps as we go along, but I thought about it, and to have an independent investigation would probably look something like this. Whoever is going to be in charge of the investigation would not necessarily be the investigator, in the sense that, just as an argument, you have the former Justice of the Supreme Court, Adolph Lucas, a man whose integrity is impeccable. He was a former police officer that rose to the ranks of inspector or superintendent, continued to study night school, and eventually became a lawyer, and then a DPP, was a chief magistrate, and then a judge. You would put someone with that kind of knowledge in charge of the investigation. He will decide how much he wants to rely on in-house investigators, because there is a smear on the police department, or he's going to commingle former investigators, persons who you can't intimidate, and utilize the police only where the police in-house is needed for certain matters. So remember, we can't hear out here. This is a country which the return commissioner has said there is a problem of trust between we, the citizens, and that department which basically runs itself. There's no oversight on the police. So what you would want is that the least they have to do with anything, the better. Now, the initial investigation or report should have said that the 3 officers who were seen on video, who were known, because you can't tell who they are if you're in the police department, and a uniformed police came on the scene, that they are to be charged. You don't need another investigation to go over that. They were seen beating and they were seen taking away a man who ended up in enemy territory. They can be charged. They should be charged now. There's no hold up with that. They should be charged.
The case continues to draw public attention as both the police department and government move to address the allegations, even as calls for immediate legal action grow louder. Authorities here in Orange Walk taken into custody 2 suspects following a search of residents where illegal items including ammunition and suspected narcotics were uncovered. The operation was carried out early Wednesday morning, October 1st at approximately 4:40 a.m. at the home of Angel Godoy in Troll Farm Village. The search team was met with the presence of Cristinelli Lorelli Munoz, a 20-year-old Belizean domestic worker, and Angel Mariano Godoy, a 22-year-old Belizean laborer, both residing at the same address. During the search, law enforcement officials found a plastic bucket containing approximately 929 grams of what is believed to be cannabis. Additionally, the authorities recovered a live 9mm and a .22 caliber round of ammunition. Both Munoz and Godoy appeared before the Orange Walk Magistrates Court today, where they were remanded to prison. Coming up next, MSME Tax Amnesty Roadshow launches in Corozal to support small business growth and formalization. Stay tuned.
El siguiente es un aviso oficial de la industria azucarera norte de Belice. La industria azucarera desea notificar a la comunidad caniera, a los socios de la industria y el público en general que se llevarán a cabo aplicaciones aéreas de fungicidas en áreas específicas como parte de las medidas en curso para suprimir la carga de esporas de la enfermedad del marchitamiento de la caña de azúcar hongo fusarium. Importante, las aplicaciones están programadas para las siguientes áreas: jueves 2 de octubre de 2025, San Lázaro Trinidad en el área de Cenote, San Carlos Indian Church en las áreas de Hillbank y Fireburn, El viernes 3 de octubre del 2025, San Esteban, en las áreas de Mango, Chan Laguna, Subel y Chuacol. Guinigras, en el área de Cacab. Carmelita, en las áreas de Grassy Peace, Posito y Raven Ridge. El sábado 4 de octubre del 2025, Orange Walk, en las áreas de San Lorenzo, Santa Cruz, San Antonio y San Román Río Hondo. El lunes 6 y martes 7 de octubre del 2025, San Luis, en el área de San Luis, San José San Pablo, en las áreas de Nomul, San Pablo, en las áreas de Narrows y Sabana, San Juan, en el área de San Juan y Douglas, Douglas, en las áreas de Petroyam y Cocos, San Víctor, en las áreas de Sabana y Ramonal Zapote Sureste, Buenavista, en las áreas de Belijan, Caledonia, en las áreas de Hobonush y Chanbenque. Por seguridad y eficiencia operativa, se aconseja a todos los agricultores y residentes evitar estar presentes en o cerca de estos cañales desde las 5 de la mañana hasta el mediodía. Agradecemos la cooperación de todos los agricultores y las partes interesadas mientras trabajamos juntos para proteger nuestra industria. La industria desea agradecer al gobierno de Belice por su apoyo continuo en la protección del sector azucarero y la promoción de su sostenibilidad. El anterior fue el mensaje de la industria azucarera norte de Belice.
Hoy te vamos a contar un cuento basado en una historia real. Chao Dengue. Capítulo 1. Síntomas del dengue. Había una vez una familia que, sin saberlo, llevaba consigo un visitante no deseado. No era un monstruo ni un fantasma, pero sí algo que podía debilitar su cuerpo y robarle la energía. Pronto llegaron la fiebre, acompañada de dolor de cabeza, principalmente detrás de los ojos, dolor de cuerpo, náuseas y un sarpullido que se enrojecía por su piel. ¿Qué debían hacer en ese momento? Lo primero era no caer en la automedicación. En la mente del padre resonaban las palabras de los expertos. La clave está en buscar ayuda temprana. Así que, sin dudarlo, se dirigió a la unidad de salud más cercana, donde le brindaron la atención necesaria. Pero la historia no termina ahí. Si alguien en su familia también enfrentaba la misma situación, era enviado a su hogar con una lista de recomendaciones para ser cuidado allí. El reposo se convertía en su mejor escudo y la hidratación en su arma más poderosa. Abundante líquido y, sobre todo, sales de rehidratación oral serían sus aliados en la recuperación. La familia aprendió que la acción temprana podía marcar la diferencia para que esta historia tenga un final feliz. Y colorín colorado, la salud hay que cuidarla en todos lados.
The government of Belize MSME Tax Amnesty Roadshow made its stop in Corozal today, offering small businesses a valuable opportunity to register, formalize, and benefit from a one-year waiver on business tax. The initiative, first announced in September, forms part of a wider effort to strengthen Belize's micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, while building a sustainable and inclusive economy. At the Andres Campos Civic Center, entrepreneurs turned out in strong numbers to take advantage of the program. Through the coordinated efforts of Beltrade and partner agencies, MSMEs were guided through a 6-step process, from completing the intake form and obtaining an MSME ID number to registering with the Belize Companies and Corporate Affairs Registry, securing a TIN through the Belize Tax Service, and applying for a trade license with their local government.
Learning about the tax amnesty, we have several entities from the Office of the Prime Minister, which includes the Economic Development Council. You'll be greeted by them and assisting you to tell you about the amnesty, as well as they'll be able to help you with the application, the amnesty application form, which is an online form as well. They're assisting as well to make some of these MSMEs clients of Beltrade, which, if you know about Beltrade, you know that we have a mandate for entrepreneurship development. We provide advising, we provide training, and as well, part of the amnesty program is creating that linkage with those applicants to Beltrade to be able to benefit from some of these services, which include, apart from the advising, the training, we do have incentive programs, we do have grants that are available from time to time, and they'll be able to connect you with that or those opportunities as well. This is the second stop, Beltrade. Again, we have two of our advisors here assisting in supporting to make persons clients of Beltrade. And once you have done so, or if you're already a client, then it kind of hops you to the next desk, which we are here with our good friends from the Belize Companies and Corporate Affairs Registry. They are providing support on business name registration, company registration. Again, if you have not registered, if you've been operating, have not formalized, our friends from BCCAR are providing support, guidance on re-registration, registering your business name, again, being able to be active. If it's probably pending strike off, they're also able to support you here today. If you are already registered with BCCAR, you will have to bring your certificate of registration along with your detail extract, which kind of helps on pushing the process a little bit faster as well.
Additional support is provided by the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit, which reviews and approves applications before certificates are submitted to Belize Tax Service for final verification. Successful applicants then qualify for the one-year tax exemption designed to ease financial burdens and support business growth.
We have the Ministry of Rural Transformation, Local Government here with us, again providing support for those MSMEs who are from the rural areas, as well as we have the Corozal Town Council, which is also assisting persons who may have pending trade license or you may have not done so for this year. They're able to also support, guide you through the process of registering for trade license. Again, we have our two very good partners here that are providing information, guidance, the process, eligibility, all of that good information from these two desks. If you're already registered with the municipality, again, you might be able to hop this desk, and then that takes you to our friends from the Belize Tax Service. Again, there is a tax amnesty application form, which, as I mentioned earlier, you'll be guided on completing that at the EDC desk, at the introductory desk that we have there. Again, the Belize Tax Service will be able to process your documents today. Again, the drive itself looks at providing support in 1 day and being able to do all of this process within 1 day. So again, the Belize Tax Service is here to be able to provide you with your registration, with a TIN number that they'll be able to then pass you on to our fourth desk, which is the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit, which they will be receiving all of these documents of formalization and would then be looking at your eligibility and then providing you with a certificate of amnesty for the period of 1 year. So again, these desks are very organic. It's a natural flow for formalization, and that takes you all the way to the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit for receiving your certificate that is signed by both GOB as well as, again, the Belize Tax Service, giving you that amnesty for 1 year.
The program, according to Beltrade, is not just about tax relief, but also about empowering entrepreneurs, building communities, and advancing Belize's orange economy.
Some have already completed the process and will be receiving 1 year of business tax amnesty. This is such a great initiative by the government of Belize, coming together, bringing several entities within the national entrepreneurship ecosystem together to work towards giving benefits for formalization to MSMEs. And again, the MSME tax amnesty is within that drive that looks at today being the second day. So again, you might be wondering when we're coming to your location. We have posted up the different locations. Again, seeing today's turnout should give you motivation to take advantage of coming out and being able to almost participate in a one-stop shop of coming in, finding out information, being able to apply for a business name registration, being able to join Beltrade's membership, being able to join BTS's membership and get a TIN number, which would then allow you to receive an amnesty of 1 year. Again, not paying business tax for 1 year is a great incentive for entrepreneurs to be able to take advantage of it. So,
Third day of the tax amnesty program kicks off on Friday, October 3rd, here in Orange Walk Town at the Union Town Dome, starting at 8 a.m. Minister of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, Honorable Jose Balardo May, has strongly condemned a viral social media post that accuses him of involvement in serious criminal activity. The post, which surfaced in recent hours on a page claiming to be a news outlet from Totomal, Quintana Roo, alleges that one of Mexico's most dangerous criminal organizations, the Caborca cartel, has infiltrated the Belizean government through alleged ties with Minister May. In an official release, the minister describes the claim as highly defamatory and fake, stressing that they are completely false and politically motivated. He attributed the smear campaign to fake news media conspiring with detractors and political agents of the opposition UDP in an effort to tarnish his reputation. May further stated that he will be seeking all available legal recourse against those responsible for what he labeled a brazen and cowardly attack. He cited Belize's defamation laws, noting that anyone who fabricates, republishes, and reproduces false statements may also be held legally liable. The minister also referenced the Cyber Crimes Act passed under the previous UDP administration, which criminalizes the dissemination of knowingly false information online with the intent to harm someone's reputation or subject them to public ridicule. Calling on the public to not be misled by what he characterized as politically driven misinformation, Minister May reaffirmed his commitment to defending his name and reputation against such attacks. The viral post remains under circulation as authorities and the minister pursue legal avenues to address the matter. In a significant diplomatic achievement, Belize was formally elected to the Council of the International Civil Aviation Organization during its recent assembly in Montreal, Canada. The cabinet expressed pride in the report from Foreign Minister Honorable Amon Courtney, who announced that Belize secured one of 36 seats on the ICAO Council out of 193 member states. The Council, which functions as the organization's executive body, oversees the Secretariat and guides critical diplomatic and technical decisions when the Assembly is not in session. Representing Belize on the Council will be Kennedy Carrillo, former CEO of the Ministry of Blue Economy and Civil Aviation. Turning to domestic concerns discussed in Cabinet, Minister of Public Service Governance and Disaster Risk Management Honorable Henry Charles Usher provided an update on recent flooding in Toledo District. He reported that 108 residents had been temporarily relocated to shelter due to rising waters. While the flood waters in the southern region have since receded, allowing displaced persons to return home, NEMO remains vigilant and ready to respond should further flooding occur. In another development, Minister Usher informed Cabinet that preparations for the upcoming referendum in Keycocker are complete. Scheduled for October 8, 2025, the vote will ask residents whether the government should enact legislation to establish a regulated taxable legal cannabis industry on the island. A portion of the revenue gathered would directly benefit Keycocker and its community. Cabinet also approved the introduction of the DNA bill, a legislative measure aimed at establishing a national DNA database. The new law will facilitate criminal investigations, missing person cases, and the identification of unidentified human remains across Belize, enhancing the country's law enforcement capabilities. In alignment with the Belize Blue Bond Agreement's Milestone 5, which mandates the passage of the revised Coastal Management Act within 4 years, Cabinet approved an updated National Integrated Coastal Zone Management Plan. Additionally, 9 regional coastal zone management guidelines covering the period 2025-2030 were endorsed to guide sustainable coastal development and conservation efforts nationwide. The Cabinet further sanctioned the rebranding of the Development Finance Corporation, DFC, to the Development Bank of Belize. This move signifies a renewed institutional identity, bolstering the organization's role in national development and climate finance, and underscores Belize's commitment to progress and resilience. During Cabinet's meeting held this week, Prime Minister John Briceño and Cabinet expressed gratitude to Minister of State Christopher Koyi for his dedicated service to the nation. As mentioned, September 30th was marked as the last day that Koyi would serve as Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. While stepping down from his current position, Mr. Koyi will continue to serve as a government senator, as mentioned by the PM a few weeks ago.
Minister Koyi was the last one that we appointed into the cabinet. And the reason was because of this very same thing, because he said, I can only stay for a short while. I was trying to encourage him to stay for longer. And, and he had to be able to talk not only to his family, but to his law firm, to the partners in his law firm, as to how best he can do that. And that took a few more days, and that's why he was the last one to be sworn in. So this is no surprise. He said already, I knew from back then that September is the end date. I just met with him briefly yesterday. His last day will be at the end of the month. But as he pointed out to me and has said it to a number of people, he will still remain active in the government, not necessarily as a minister. He will remain as a senator, but he will also do work for the government. He will still be advising me on issues of when it comes to finance, and help me with some of the issues from energy to the budget and so many other things that he'll be able to do without having to be a full-time minister.
Barbados Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley has called on her Caribbean counterparts to fully implement the free movement of CARICOM nationals throughout the region, which Belize is already a part of. In a recent address, Motley urges regional leaders to move beyond tentative steps and uphold the foundational principle of unrestricted movement, which she considers vital for strengthening regional integration and boosting economic growth. Motley's comments come amid ongoing discussions within CARICOM regarding whether all citizens should have unrestricted rights to travel, reside, and work freely across member countries.
Let me make it simple. Those who are nationals of any of the other pioneering countries will present their passport when they arrive in Barbados. I refer, as I said, to Belize, Dominica, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. The immigration will record their entitlement to indefinite stay in our electronic system. The information is then shared securely with the national agencies that need to know, so that our visitors can move forward in an orderly way. If they intend to reside and work here, the next steps are clear. They are guided to register with the Ministry of Labour, with the National Insurance Scheme, and with the Barbados Revenue Authority if they intend to work, as is the case with all Bajans. Once we are working, we work and register at the National Insurance Scheme, and we work and register at the Barbados Revenue Authority. Even if you pay no taxes, you register and file. They will also be directed with respect to national registration and obtaining national identification, which is necessary in any event to register at the National Insurance Scheme and at the Barbados Revenue Authority. So they will be able to function as residents do, working lawfully, opening up a bank account, paying statutory contributions, contributing to the Resilience and Regeneration Fund, and doing the ordinary things of daily life with clarity. In other words, positively contributing to the social and economic fabric of our land, Barbados. Children who need school places will be registered through the Ministry of Educational Transformation in the same way that ordinary Barbadian citizens are registered to be able to enter school. Access to emergency and primary health care will be on the same terms as citizens. We will do this with order, with respect, and with the commitment to fairness that we expect for Barbadians in Dominica, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and in Belize. This is who we are, and this is who we have.
Motley's appeal underscores the importance of honoring the bloc's original commitment to free movement as a cornerstone of regional unity and economic development. The conversation continues to evolve as Caribbean nations deliberate on how best to implement and expand these freedoms for their citizens. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Get the most out of your internet with Centaur's ExpressNet. Are you ready to supercharge your online experience? When connecting to your Velo Mesh device, make sure you're linked to our blazing fast 5 GHz frequency. Why 5 GHz? Faster speeds at a shorter range. 5 GHz is perfect for use in smaller spaces where speed is your top priority. As for the 2.4 GHz, while connection may travel farther, it can lead to slower performance. Remember, choose 5 GHz for your devices and experience the difference instantly. ExpressNet, bringing you the best speeds for the ultimate online experience. For more information, contact us at 380-0101.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp.
Enjoy free social media data now included in our Flex Choice and Select postpaid plans.
Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Attention farmers. The New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animal's well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
As part of the project TCP Belize 3902, Digital Agriculture Services for a Sustainable and Inclusive Agri-Food System and Food Chains, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, today handed over 5 laptops and accessories to the Department of Cooperatives in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise. The equipment will be used to strengthen the department's capacity to deliver training and information sharing through digital platforms. In particular, the laptops will support the promotion of the Belize Agriculture Price Information Systems, BAPIS, and the Belize Agri Academy. Through the Academy, the Department of Cooperatives will be able to create and upload training content for farmer organizations and make relevant information accessible to cooperatives across the country. This contribution will allow the department to complement its traditional service delivery with innovative digital tools and ensure that cooperative members have greater access to timely knowledge and capacity building resources. The handover reflects the government of Belize's vision to modernize extension and cooperative services and FAO's commitment to supporting digital transformation in the agricultural sector, making it more resilient, inclusive, and attractive to future generations. Honorable Anthony Mahler, Minister of Tourism, Youth, Sports, and Diaspora Relations, and his team represented Belize at the State of the Tourism Industry Conference 2025 in Barbados. As part of the ministerial panel, Minister Mahler joined fellow Caribbean leaders in critical discussions on airlift development, sustainability, and other priorities for advancing regional tourism. The event also featured the Caribbean Tourism Organization CTO Ministerial and Board of Directors meetings. CEO Nicole Usher and Mrs. Kishana Lacroix were also in attendance, further underscoring Belize's active engagement in regional tourism dialogue. With the team reimagining the future of regional tourism, SOTIC 2025 brought together leaders committing to strengthening connectivity, building resilience, and ensuring sustainable growth across the Caribbean. Belize continues to play a leading role in shaping the future of tourism for our region and beyond. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, October 3rd here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3NewsBZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.